Hello again, and welcome to part 2 of my TBR for September and October. Yes, I really want to participate in Becca's Bookopoly-a-thon. I'll list Becca's channel below, and if you're interested, maybe I'll list link definitely her channel. I'll try and link her. Let me write it down. So for this one, I will list, or I'll link Becca's YouTube channel. I will link the announcement video and the Twitter feed for the Bookopoly-a-thon, so that you can access any of those if you're not. I'm sure most of you, if not all, are already aware of it because it is making the rounds on YouTube, and a lot of people will be participating, and I really, really want to participate this year. I really do. So, I don't have a printer, so I did not have a way to print out the readathon board. And it would have just been on my phone, so it would have been hard to see. So I just did it on my phone. I did it where I had the one screen, and then I'd have to get out of that screen and go to the dice roll and then go back, and so I just went back and forth. That's just how I did that. I did a dice roll app and found the prompts. So unfortunately, you will not see me roll the dice to get to the prompts. There was just not a way that I could do that. Even if I did a screen record, you could have seen the dice roll, but you wouldn't have seen me go through the squares to get to that prompt. So this is just the easiest thing to do. I ended up with a double at one point. So instead of 5 rolls, it's 6. So I have 6 books to tell you about. Let's get into this. All right. So for roll number 1, I got a 5 and a 4, so 9, and that landed on the space of monsters. So what I did, that could be like a monster, like a very evil person, or an actual like mythical monster, or just up to interpretation. I decided to go with a vampire as the monster, and I wanted to go with The Beautiful by Renee, Ahdieh. I've heard there's monsters, but then I've also heard some people say it's not, that yes, the vampires are here in this, but not as much as they would have liked. So I'm a little nervous going into this. We'll see. So this one takes place in 1872 in New Orleans, and it says it's a city that's ruled by the dead, so ruled by vampires. And then it says that there's a 17-year-old Celine Rousseau. Okay, so to Celine Rousseau, it says New Orleans is a safe haven after she's forced to flee her life as a dressmaker in Paris. Yeah, I really don't know other than that, vampires. That's why I picked this book up, because I love vampires. So, monsters. And I don't know anything else. I've seen mixed reviews. People get let down by this. The only expectation that I have is the vampires. I love the vampires. So, I am looking forward to this one. And roll number 2 is the one where it ended up as a double. I got a 2 and a 2, so 4. This one was the prompt of new. So I'm going with a book that is so new. I have not heard anyone talking about this, and actually it's not set to be out until October 5th of this year. So it's a new book. I have the advanced reader's copy. I won this off of a Goodreads giveaway, so I'm excited. I love the cover. It's historical fiction, World War II. I know with historical fiction, World War II is very popular, and this is another one of those. So this one is called Beneath a Starless Sky, and this is by Tessa Harris. So there's the cover. Absolutely beautiful. I love the color palette of this book. The stars behind the character. I love the blue down here. I just think this is very stunning. I love this color palette. This is like one of my favorite color palettes because part of it reminds me of the galaxy and the universe. Just Before Dark. I don't know. I just love this palette, so I love this cover. With this being a new release, I'm just going to read some of the back because I don't know what it's about. So it says, the smoke tingled in her nostrils, acrid, harsh. Lily Sternberg's quickening heart sounded an alarm as she rounded the corner of the street. Lifting her gaze to the rooftops, she saw a roaring blaze of thick flames engulf the side of the building and join the stars to fill the black sky. Her father's shop was no more. Munich, 1930. Lily Sternberg longs to be a ballet dancer, but outside the sanctuary of the theater, her beloved city is in chaos, and Munich is no longer a place for dreams. The Nazi Party are gaining power, and the threats to those who deviate from the party line are increasing. Jewish families are being targeted and their businesses raided. Even her father's shop was torched because of their faith. So, I mean, that's not everything that's on here, but I don't want this to be too long of a video, so that's all I'm going to read. But I'm excited for this. I really do like historical fiction, and I actually do enjoy the ones that take place in World War II. I had a great uncle that fought in World War II as a fighter pilot, and my grandpa was involved in World War II as well. So, on my dad's side. So, anyway, I'm looking forward to this one. Alright, so for roll number 3, I got a 1 and a 3, so I moved 4 spaces and landed on a shelf card. I just did a random generator on my phone where I looked up random reading prompt generator, and one came up, so I just used that one. So the prompt that came up was set in a fictional town or world, and for this one I am going with This Beast, Ruin by John Gwynne. I can't really tell you the town. I don't even know is the town even mentioned in the first book? I can't remember. I know it's fictional, and it's a god war is building up, and obviously good versus evil, and you have these people that are fighting. One's supposed to be the bright star, and then there's also a black star, and these are actual people, but it kind of gives me, I don't know if I want to say Viking, but I don't vibes, but they're not Vikings as far as I know. They're just a clan or a group of people that are going to war, and I know it's obviously fictional, and it's set in a fictional place. There are some magical elements, because there are some parts where someone can go to an area and certain people have the ability to sense or to see kind of like this door that leads them from one part of the world to another. So, anyway, so this is what I'm going with. Roll number 4, I got a 5 and a 4. So the prompt was to steal a book from someone else's TBR. So this one I know is on so many people's TBR. This is a very popular author right now on BookTube. I read one of this author's books, and it was okay. Not my favorite thing. I don't like the cheating trope, an affair trope, I guess, to be a major theme in books. I don't care for that. So the book was just okay. But that is despite the point. I'm going to tell you, this I know is on someone's prompt. I actually did find a TBR, and I can't remember the person, and they did put this on their prompt for Bookopoly that's coming up in this September. So that is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The book by this author that I thought was just okay was Malibu Rising. I hope this is so much better. To me, this sounds more my speed, just because I don't like the cheating and affair theme and trope. So yeah, so it says that Daisy is a girl coming of age in LA in the late 60s, sneaking into clubs on the Sunset Strip, sleeping with rock stars, and dreaming of singing at the Whiskey A Go-Go. The sex and drugs are thrilling, but it's the rock and roll she loves most. By the time she's 20, her voice is getting noticed, and she has the kind of heedless beauty that makes people do crazy things. So I've heard nothing but good things about this. Obviously, I know there's people that aren't going to like it, but yeah. So Daisy Jones and the Six is on someone's TBR, and I have it, so I'm going to read it. All right, roll number 5, which should have been the last one. I got a 3 and a 2, so a 5. So that put me at the prompt of disability and mental health rep, and I'm so excited for this one. For this one, I'll be reading a nonfiction book, and it has Autism Rep. For those of you who are new, you can probably tell by the title of my channel that says Autistic Reader, I am autistic. So I am reading a book with Autism Rep, and that is Stim. And this is actually, it says an autistic anthology. And it's edited by Lizzie Huxley-Jones. So this is a collection of stories that takes place in the UK. And it says that 1 in 100 people in the UK are autistic. And so it's following, you're having perspectives from different people in the UK who are on the spectrum of what their life is like and how they cope with things, how they handle things, how they're treated different or anything like that. So basically what their life is like with autism in the UK. And I am really excited for this one. And the final roll, because of the double, was a 6 and a 1, so a 7. Thank goodness there were no more doubles. So this one says the most recent purchase. So this one was the most recent purchase, and it literally arrived like 2 days before. And that most recent purchase is Rise, and this is by Mira Grant. Now, Mira Grant is a pen name for Shannon Maguire. So I know a lot of people like the Wayward series, but I have never heard anyone talk about this series. Now, Rise is a collection of novellas for the News Flesh series. So I will be reading book number 0.5. So obviously I'm not reading this whole thing. I think the other novellas take place after the 3rd book in the series. So I'm just reading a portion of it. Let's see. I want to say, let me see. So I believe I'm just reading Countdown, which is 71 pages in this. And that's it. So I can do that. So yes, so this is part of the Newsflesh series by Mira Grant, aka Shannon Maguire. I've never heard anyone talk about the Newsflesh series. This takes place in an alternate America. Basically, technology and medicine has advanced so much that people don't get sick anymore, as far as like the common cold. Nothing like that exists anymore. However, there's now this kind of like a super bug or super virus that goes along, and it's contagious because once you're scratched or bitten or spit on by someone that has this, you turn into a zombie. So this is a post-apocalyptic type book, dystopian, or just apocalyptic dystopian. People turn into zombies, and with the bite and that, you turn into a zombie, and you actually can see the process of someone turning into a zombie and how their mind just disintegrates as they become that zombie. It talks about that. And there are a lot of people that would rather be killed than be a zombie. So if you like zombies, I do recommend the Newsflesh series. I really enjoy it. I read the first one, loved it. But I do want to read the novella that starts before the first one before I continue on with the rest of the series. So this is my most recent purchase. So those are my 6 rolls, which should have been 5, but because of the double, I got 6. So these are the books that I will be reading for Becca's Bookopoly. I am excited to read these. Ruin is also a part of the Faithful and the Fallen book group that's taking place on Twitter. And I have not finished book 2, which is Valor, so that will be rolling over. So I'll finish that before I get to Ruin, but that's my plan. But other than that, that's what I'm planning to read. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you will be participating in Becca's Bookopoly-a-thon, and what you're most excited to read for the month of September. I keep forgetting what month we're going into. So that's it for now. In the description box, you will find my other social media links if you would like to become friends on any of those platforms. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I'll talk to you later.